Mr. Chairman, as a responsible participant in outer space activities and the author of initiatives seeking to prevent an arms race in outer space, PAROS, Russian Federation substantially contributes to preserving outer space free from weapons, and we've contributed to preventing its transformation into another sphere of tensions and armed confrontation too. Our principled position here remains ironclad, and achievement of this aim is possible only through development of a multilateral, legally binding instrument that would be comprehensive and would seek to prevent an arms race in outer space. Guided by this goal, Russia has submitted to the First Committee of the UN General Assembly 3 draft resolutions. Further practical measures for preventing an arms race in outer space, L38, transparency and confidence building measures in outer space activities, L36, no first placement of weapons in outer space, L37. All 3 of these documents are grounded in analogous UNGA resolutions from previous years that garnered the absolute majority, garnered the support of the absolute majority of UN member states, and they're intended to promote a key task, development of a multilateral, legally binding instrument prohibiting the deployment of weapons in outer space and the use or threat of force against outer space objects or using outer space objects in line with the Special Session on Disarmament of 1978. Russia's space drafts welcome the contribution of the GGE on PAROS to efforts on this track, and they also welcome the adoption by consensus of the report of this group, which serves as a basis for further measures and negotiations on an international legally binding instrument on PAROS, including the prevention of the deployment of weapons in outer space. In various forms, we have considered in the draft resolutions all the wishes of delegations. The documents have been updated given the recent achievements in outer space. Specifically, all 3 UNGA draft resolutions note the establishment, pursuant to UNGA Resolution 79/512, of a open-ended working group, and they note the holding of meetings of this OAWG, and they also welcome by the adoption by consensus of the agenda and the program of work for 2025 and 2028, and also the beginning of substantive discussions. The draft resolution on TCBMs also calls for convening at the 81st session of the UNGA a joint half-day discussions forum with participation by representatives of the Disarmament and International Security Committee, that's the first committee, and the Committee on Special Political and Decolonization Affairs, the fourth committee, to consider possible problems which might pose a threat to security and sustainability in outer space. This this provision is included in this resolution every 2 years. We urge all delegations to support Russia's draft resolutions on space. In so doing, we call upon them to choose to keep outer space exclusively free for peaceful use and to lay the ground for non-discriminatory access to outer space benefits and technologies and to use them for sustainable development. Distinguished Chair, in closing, the Russian Federation would like to express its disappointment. This is due to the putting for a vote draft resolutions L3 on prevention of an arms race in outer space and draft resolution L36, transparency and confidence building measures in outer space. Both of these drafts for many years were adopted by the First Committee of the UN General Assembly in their entirety without a vote. We see the departure from the consensus as regards these draft resolutions as a step backward in terms of preventing an arms race in outer space. This cannot but elicit the regret on the part of our delegation, and I hope that all of the other delegations also experience regret at this. Thank you.